Hey guys, and welcome back to Altcoin by Spotlight with me, Leah Heilpan, the show where we speak to entrepreneurs, innovators, and thought leaders in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Joining me today is Arman Chaputra, the CEO and founder of AIOZ Network, the Layer 1 blockchain-based content delivery network, which aims to reimagine streaming from the ground up. Guys, before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe so you never miss a video, and you can also let us know in the comment section below who you want us to interview next and which topics you'd like us to cover. And welcome to Altcoin by Spotlight. How are you doing today?
Great. Thank you for inviting me, Leah.
Yeah, it's good to chat to you. So I've got to just go straight into this because I need to know, firstly, what does AIOZ stand for? And then tell us about the network.
Great. So allow me to share with you my name card. So if you look at here, AIOZ stands for A to Z, input and output, AI first. It's a very deep meaning for us in terms of engineers and developers. It's really our corporate name, our corporate logo, our company structure, and we are basically a deep tech company focusing in artificial intelligence and blockchain. Right, so AIOZ has built AIOZ Network as a blockchain product, and in essence, AIOZ Network vision is to build an interconnected mesh network of edge nodes on blockchain to power the next generation of digital media applications.
Okay, so talk to me about how you guys are actually changing the content network delivery space.
Right. So AIOZ Network is really reimagining streaming from the ground up with a blockchain that integrates content distribution and tokenomics built for media. So let's take a step back. Traditional content delivery networks are architecture servers that are distributed with centralized single point of failure. Examples of traditional content delivery networks are Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Akamai, right? So with a decentralized DCDN, computational power are distributed across peer-to-peer edge nodes, and of which the computing tasks are in transcoding, delivery, and storage. And because of the nature of peer-to-peer, P2P, costs are distributed. In that way, we will transfer these cost savings to the streaming platforms. And that now, imagine with me the digital media, the economy is now powered by you. You with the devices, you have a Mac OS, you have a Windows, a Linux, and you'll be able to be using your devices to be rewarded with AIOZ tokens, at the same time powering the new digital applications.
And there are many different companies in this space, the CDN space, I think, as it's abbreviated as. So how would you say you guys are different?
Right. So let's compartmentalize into two segments. So there is the crypto and non-crypto. So in the non-crypto, I briefly had mentioned to you the traditional CDNs are the Amazon, Google Cloud, Akamai, Ali Cloud. So in the blockchain space, so there are really a handful. I would say I would be able to count with one hand, right? So I'll run through with you so that you have a better understanding. So number one is live chain of Ethereum, and the focus is primarily on video transcoding, right? And that they want to reward nodes with Ethereum tokens. At the moment, they do not mention anything about caching or storing segments. And in theory, they really want to be an effective live streaming service. And the second crypto blockchain CDN that attempted to do and launch, it's a video coin. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, they raised $50 million at the moment. However, I've yet to see a product that's released, and there's no demo for the apps to deploy on top of Bitcoin. And there's a third one. There is the BitTorrent. So Tron actually bought over BitTorrent technology, which is, by the way, is a great technology. So BitTorrent Tron actually use existing BitTorrent protocol that is really, I would say, not built for streaming and not designed for CDN. So if you have the opportunity and the time to play with BitTorrent Tron, you can actually download the application, install it, you open it, and it actually redirects you to a local website which manages all the torrents, and you watch the video from the torrent itself. So therefore, is really the BitTorrent Tron technique is not a CDN for applications to store and stream the media content. And last but not least, we have Theta. So Theta is probably the closest comparison to AIOZ network. However, Theta's architecture is different from AIOZ network. First of all, they use a technique called caching, peer-to-peer caching. And what that means is that the viewer will first fetch the content from a traditional CDN like Akamai or Google Cloud, right? Or I think they're using a streaming services as well. And two, the viewer will then cache these segments on the browser and transfer these segments to the next nearest viewer who are watching the same video. Indeed, it will optimize the cost for internet bandwidth. However, it does not really focus on storing segments. AIOZ network nodes, edge nodes, really intend to stores using the HDD and SSD, transcoding using CPU and GPU, and delivery using internet bandwidth. And these are permanent, our solution. However, Theta's P2P caching techniques are temporary. And it also means permanency allows greater AIOZ tokens as a reward for consistently powered nodes, therefore providing a greater viewing experience on dApps on blockchain.
Okay, so talk to me about where OTT and AIOZ.Tube actually comes into all of this.
Right. So OTT stands for over the top, and in essence is digital services delivered directly to viewers like you and me via the internet. So an example is a traditional OTTs like Netflix, a Disney Plus, a Paramount Plus. So an AIOZ OTT just means that we want to build empower existing or new OTT platforms to migrate the video hosting to AIOZ network DCDN. And in order to achieve that, we need to build a for developers by developers portal with SDKs, APIs, and documentation. And I've already built like a skeleton, sort of a freemium model for content library owners with no OTT platforms with a freemium technique, meaning I will sort of provide them with the front end interface application on iOS or Google Play, of which they need to pay our AIOZ network edge nodes with AIOZ tokens for the computational task. For AIOZ.Tube, it's actually a user-generated driven media platform where monetization technique is via cryptocurrency. At the same time, what we do with it is that we wanted to launch AIOZ.Tube as an example, as an illustration of how a potential DApp will function in an AIOZ network ecosystem. Currently, it's in testnet, and that it shows that you can play videos. There is a monetization of a AVOD technique, which means ad-supported video on demand. It's a transactional video on demand technique. So it's a really good illustration of how it will work.
So talk to me about the cost savings using AIOZ network. Where does that come into it, and how is this an entirely better experience for your users?
So AIOZ network value proposition to digital media platforms that are already deployed on existing content delivery network like Amazon Web Services, Akamai, and Google Cloud is simple and clear. Instant cost savings. As an example, I always share with prospective content platform owners is the example of Baby Shark. So Baby Shark with a 20p video res of 20 billion views on YouTube on Google Cloud cost $20 million. Now, let's move Baby Shark with 20p video of 20 billion views on YouTube on AIOZ network will cost 890,000. Give it $1 million. That's really a cost savings for YouTube itself that translates into incremental earnings, which can be distributed to content creators, content acquisitions, or even like a extra bonus for the YouTube employees.
And you guys have achieved a lot of milestones since the beginning of the year. So take me through this. What are some of the greatest things that you guys have achieved so far?
Right. So AIOZ in actuality has been in existence already for 7 years in AI. And only recently, 3 years ago, we've began focusing on building AIOZ network as a blockchain. So we're a team of very highly talented blockchain engineers, backend, front-end developers, and AI scientists with collaborations with top universities all over the world. So we're full stack. So we have collaboration with technology partners, which we will announce in our content pipeline in the coming weeks. We have rank A peer-reviewed conferences that are being published. Also, we have built a AIOZ Network Edge Node application, which is an interface application that interacts with blockchain, which uses the device's computational resources. At the same time, powering the D app currently is AIOZ.Tube on testnet. So, and also this year, on 2nd of April, AIOZ launched an IDO, which is by far the most successful IDO of 2021.
So huge congrats on all of those milestones there. But a pretty interesting one is that you guys actually gave up the patents, so to actually support the open source movement. So tell me about this. Why did you guys do this? I think this is quite a big deal.
Yes. So AIOZ filing for PTC patent applications is to really show the world that AIOZ is novel, inventive, and a blockchain application. So depending on one's point of view, patents can be a bane or a boon. So the standpoint of AIOZ Network point of view on patents are clear. AIOZ Network and AIOZ is not a patent troll. We're not intending to pursue patents relating to our PTC applications. And to us, patents are a bane. Patents are not in the spirit of decentralization. Patents will not stop AIOZ in any form, shape, or size to consistently innovate and constantly create value for all stakeholders.
Yeah, I understand. There's a lot of hostility towards projects which are closed source, and I think it's really interesting to see people like yourselves sort of giving that up and supporting that open source movement. So you're currently in testnet. Is this an incentivized testnet?
Right. So I just like to clarify, AIOZ Network at the moment, from the AIOZ Network Edge Node application to the wallet to the Blockchain Explorer to the AIOZ.Tube as a D app, is really a testnet. And testnet really is an environment where all stakeholders in the AIOZ network can test the ecosystem. We can break it, we can rebuild it, we can hack it, we can DDoS it, we can farm it. Why? It's because we're in preparation for migration to mainnet. When we're mainnet, we mean business. Applications that run on our mainnet expect a level of consistent quality of service. And that's why we are on testnet at the moment. And mainnet is something we're looking forward to and we are in preparation of.
Okay, and well, we'll have to catch up with you once mainnet has finally launched. I think it's a really interesting project. But I want to thank you so much for coming on today and sharing all of this with us. It's been really interesting to hear the insights from yourself directly. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leah.